My wife gave my car to her entitled brother without asking me. When he refused to return it, I reported it stolen. And 3 days later, he was in handcuffs. I've worked hard for every single thing I own. I'm a data analyst, not some flashy entrepreneur or someone born into money. Long nights, endless reports, insane deadlines. It all added up to the life I'd built for myself. And one of my greatest points of pride was my Audi S4. Only 2 years old, sleek, black, polished until it practically glowed. I'd bought it outright with a bonus I earned after one of the hardest years of my career. That car wasn't just a vehicle, it was the physical proof that all those sacrifices, all those 70-hour weeks, had been worth something. Then there was Logan, my wife Danielle's brother. If you looked up entitlement in the dictionary, you'd find his smug face grinning back at you. He was the kind of guy who jumped from one half-baked business venture to another. Crypto schemes, multi-level marketing, day trading, flipping electronics. Every single one a disaster. And each time the family would quietly slide him money, hoping this would be the time he got on his feet. He never did. He never even tried. The in-laws treated him like some misunderstood genius, when in reality he was just a leech. Last Tuesday I had a colonoscopy. Due to the sedation, my doctor's orders were strict. No driving, no important decisions, no phone use for at least 24 hours. So I followed the rules. I Ubered to the clinic, got home groggy and sore, powered down my phone, and crashed into bed. I thought I'd sleep, heal, and return to normal life the next day. Instead, I walked into a nightmare. Wednesday morning, I headed to the garage, bag slung over my shoulder, ready for work. But when the door lifted, the sight that greeted me wasn't my Audi gleaming in its usual spot. It was an empty oil stain on the concrete floor. For a second, my brain froze. I actually thought I'd parked somewhere else and forgotten. But no, I never parked anywhere else. My chest tightened. My pulse kicked into overdrive. I sprinted back into the house. Danielle was at the kitchen counter, sipping a latte and scrolling on her phone like she had no care in the world. "Danielle, the car's gone. Did you move it?" She didn't even look up. "Oh, Logan needed to borrow it." I just stood there stunned. "What do you mean he needed to borrow it?" "His car's in the shop," she said breezily, still tapping away on her phone. "He had some kind of investment meeting. He called yesterday while you were knocked out. I told him you couldn't drive anyway." My voice came out low and sharp. "You gave him my car keys without asking me?" She shrugged, finally glancing up with irritation, not guilt. "You were out of it. I didn't want to bother you. Besides, I knew you'd say no and make a big deal out of it. He's my brother. Family helps each other." That was the breaking point. The casual way she admitted she'd gone behind my back precisely because she knew I wouldn't approve. My $60,000 car had just been handed off like it was a spare umbrella. "Where is he?" I asked, my voice flat. "I don't know. He's not answering me." Now I pulled out my phone, powered it on, and started dialing. Danielle's eyes widened. "Who are you calling?" "The police. To report my stolen vehicle." Her face twisted from annoyance into panic. "You're not serious. You can't do that. He'll get arrested. He took my property without permission. He won't give it back." "That's theft," she started shrieking, pacing the kitchen. "You're choosing a stupid car over my family." I met her gaze with ice in my voice. "No, you chose when you gave away something that wasn't yours to give." Within hours, the entire in-law network was blowing up my phone. My father-in-law barked at me. "You need to call this off. It's a family matter. Your son stole a car worth more than most people's annual salary." I shot back. "This is no longer a family matter. It's a police matter." My mother-in-law tried another angle. "This could ruin Logan's future." He should have thought of that before committing grand theft auto. By Friday, I got the call. Detective Russell. They'd found the car. They'd also found Logan, behind the wheel. The detective's words made my stomach drop. "The car is damaged. Looks like it was in a collision, and we found paraphernalia in the glove compartment." When I finally saw the car at the impound lot, I felt sick. The entire passenger side was scraped raw. The leather interior I'd babied was ruined. Stains, fast food wrappers, the smell of weed baked into every surface. My pride and joy was a wreck. Logan was charged with felony grand theft auto, hit and run, and possession. The family tried everything: threats, guilt, manipulation. Logan's lawyer even argued Danielle had given him permission. The judge barely let the words hang in the air before cutting him off. She cannot give consent to property she does not own. Case closed. Logan ended up taking a plea deal, 18 months in state prison. I stood in the courtroom, watching the swagger drain from him as he was led away. For the first time, he looked small, but the damage at home was already done. Danielle couldn't comprehend why I wouldn't just forgive him. She still believed it was about the car. I filed for divorce. She accused me of tearing apart a marriage over a vehicle. I told her the truth. This was never about the car. This was about the disrespect, the betrayal. You finally took too far. You chose your family's dysfunction over your marriage. I chose to stop paying for it. 8 months later, I live alone, in peace. I drive a new Subaru WRX, registered solely in my name. Danielle and her family expected an emotional battle, the kind they could manipulate. Instead, I gave them something they weren't prepared for: silence, boundaries, and consequences. And for the first time in years, I'm free.